is an official U.S. war report written during World War II. And if you are an American or a Western corporate media correspondent, you wouldn't dare say that this United States Office of War Information document number 49, written on October the 1st, 1944, ought to be discredited, would you, sir? Especially when it has a secret standpoint. Now, on the third paragraph from the top, it says like this. A comfort girl is nothing more than a prostitute or a professional camp follower attached to the Japanese army for the benefit of the soldiers. Racism sucks. Because racism don't heal the world, you know. Hi, my name is Yujiro Taniyama. Well, some people think I'm from North Korea, but unfortunately that ain't right. South Korea says that these women were forced or kidnapped sex slaves. Whereas Japan has reiterated that these women were paid prostitutes, just like any hookers, those hookers in your country today, in the areas surrounding military bases. This means one side must be lying. Is it Tokyo, Seoul, or Woody Allen? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go and find out. A Seoul University professor emeritus, An Byung-jaek, mentioned on Korean television as follows. No objective data existed on forcible recruitment of Korean women under Japanese colonial rule. Koreans made up more than half the people who recruited comfort women and ran the sex brothel business. Oh man. What a sex slave.1991年8月15日のハンギョレギルボニュースペーパーですよね。それでここで僕のその在日の友達に説明してもらったんですけど、これはキム・ハクスンさんが14歳の時にお母さんに平壌の沖合に売られたと書いてますよね。で、日本軍が拉致したとは書いていないじゃないですか。それについてはどう思いますか？ Licensed prostitution was a super big business in Japan, Taiwan, and Korea during and long before World War II. And as the International Business Times article explains, Korean men had enjoyed their mighty long history of a state-run public recreational sex system called Kisang for over a millennium. That's 1,000 years since the Goryeo Dynasty, 918. Therefore, it is no surprise that the Korean Feminist Association asserts that there are over 1 million prostitutes in Korea today. It's a fact. And if this figure is correct, it means that 1 out of every 25 girls in Korea sell their juicy body for commercial sex. Even Korean-American Professor Catherine Moon, she mentions in her book, Sex Among the Allies, that 1 million Korean women have served as sex providers for the U.S. military since the Korean War. And as for the Korean government after World War II, as I have reiterated in this film, they set up their own Korean comfort stations nationwide after World War II and actually even used the term "慰安婦," meaning, comfort woman, to define prostitutes. Till, my hero Michael Jackson released his mega hit, Billie Jean, in the early 1980s. So this is the famous comfort woman statue. Excuse me, are you Korean media? My name is Yujiro Taniyama from Tokyo. Nice to meet you. I'm a filmmaker. Nice to meet you. What do you think will solve this issue? Now, 5 months before this resolution passed, on February the 15th, 2007, this Korean ex-comfort on the right with an O.J. Simpson hairstyle, Lee Young-soo, gave a testimony at a U.S. House Subcommittee public hearing led by Mr. Hyundai. And just as a reminder, this is the original story when, this Lee Young-soo first came out in 1993. She left home at dawn when her age-mate and neighborhood friend Poon-sun knocked on her window and whispered, "Come on, quietly." Lee recalled, "I tiptoed out and furtively followed Poon-sun to leave home without letting my mother know. I simply left home by following my friend." So, to begin with, this is an irrefutable proof, ladies and gentlemen, that this Lee Young-soo harmoniogram had clearly mentioned and admitted in her original 1993 testimony published as South Korea's Survivor's Story Volume 1, that she was neither kidnapped or raped by the Japanese army. Instead, her original claim here was that she followed her friend in the neighborhood called, Poon-sun, without telling her mommy. However, she must have been threatened the following year by the North Korean monsters or Chang Dae-hyuk to change her story. Because, this original testimony that she willingly and voluntarily left home without telling her mom was, unlikely to win sympathy from the great New York Times. I was torn and dragged away from my sleep by the Japanese military. OMG, is this comfort woman's real name Oscar Pistorius? I was sleeping, then a Japanese and a girl came in and covered my little mouth and dragged me away. People from abroad have visited here as well. This is the United States Representative Mike Honda. It is this chubby man with a Japanese automaker name that submitted House Resolution 121 to the U.S. House of Representatives in 2007, calling on the Japanese government to apologize for having forced women to become sex slaves during World War II.